After 9 months of weekly videos, lots of fun and learning and experimentation, I got nearer and nearer to this mythical goal. And it's the goal all YouTubers know. And that's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And if you start trying to do a YouTube channel, you are just going to be bombarded by videos by other YouTubers whose channel is about getting to that goal, okay? Now, when I started doing my videos, it was literally doing how to make books and zines videos to help people who didn't know how to do it, because I wish someone had made videos like that for me 15 years ago, because it really would have helped. And I had no thought about like doing a regular kind of weekly like show. But then I started doing it and it was a lot of fun. And I started interviewing people that I'd never met who were photographers, and I started going on little quests, and I started just sharing little thoughts and theories and philosophies I'd kind of discovered over 23 years of being a photographer. And I started getting a bit hooked by the metrics, as in the statistics of the YouTube studio. And what that is, for anyone who's a YouTuber, you'll have this sort of back end of your YouTube channel where you start seeing how many people are watching, how many subscribers you've had, and how are they engaged with your content. It all becomes a bit of a game. I was basically kind of very absorbed into that process, sort of getting into like thumbnail design, thinking about keywording, and I ended up getting like a vidIQ extension, and I got TeamBuddy and all those things you can do to monitor stuff, you know. And I was still way off, you know. I had my 1,000 subscribers like a while back, but I just couldn't get to that 4,000 watch hours, and suddenly I had a video just blow up. And I think that one video in 2 weeks got 3,000 watch hours, and it was a 7-minute video about how I used infrared film to photograph veins. Delighted, I reached out to Google AdSense, who are the first gatekeeper on the road to becoming a YouTube partner, where you get monetized and paid for the views you receive. And they said no. And I was a bit confused, thinking, what? And I tried again and again, and I spent a lot of time on chat with them and a lot of time messaging them. And then finally I got to a stonewall, which was that my channel didn't fit the program criteria, which is very confusing for me, because I know that YouTube is filled with like yoga videos of women in hot pants and camel toes, right? That's fine. But I guess my video I did about infrared veins was over the top. Even though I spent a lot of time covering up all the nudity. And in one of my first videos I did about a book that did have nudity in, I even made a joke about holding up all the post-it notes that I'd cut out just to cover up everything. Okay, but still, it was too much for Google and too much for YouTube. It felt like a bit of a kick in the teeth. But that happened in January of 2024, the same month that dozens and dozens and dozens of top YouTubers started quitting, mostly creative ones, okay? And this is why possibly me not being able to monetize my channel might be a really good thing. So all these YouTubers quitting have been citing kind of creative burnout and lots of other stuff, and the fact, oh, they don't have time to be creative anymore. And I think I know why. Photography was kind of my hobby, and it became my job. And thankfully, I love photography, and I've got no problem doing that forever. But I think a lot of these creative people who started doing YouTube channels, if they were filmmakers or photographers, they then invested all their energy into the YouTube videos. And now they're not even, you know, then they get to a certain level of success, they're not even making videos anymore, because they've got this whole team doing it as well. They just basically lose all creative control. So why is that? Well, I think once your channel's monetized, you're going to start chasing views. You're going to start doing the game. You're going to start putting out more videos and more videos because you want those views to come in to make that money. Well, I kind of want to make money through photography. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make money through YouTube. I don't want to get that bait. Suddenly now you're thinking like, oh, I need to do more video. I need to do more that. Just Google photography YouTubers and check it out, man. I swear, like most of it just feels like content they're making for YouTube. And does that make sense? What I mean is that they're not like documenting their journey as a photographer. Like in one of my last videos I posted, I talked about getting some prints ready for a show I had, a group show at the Saatchi Gallery, right? I wasn't just like, oh yeah, now I'm going to do some paper experiments, because like I was doing that because that's what I was doing in the real world. I wasn't just making up content to entertain you or educate you, which is fine. But like as a creative person, like, I don't know, man. I don't want to start like doing stuff just sort of pretending to do it for the camera rather than actually doing it. Maybe there's not a difference, but to me there is. So here's where I'm going with it. If I don't monetize my channel, I just get to do whatever I want. And there's no part of me is going to be looking at the views being like, oh no, I didn't get many views on that one. I don't care. The reason I'm doing this is because I love doing it and I enjoy doing it. And yeah, right now in my life, stuff's pretty full on. Like, I'm not going to bore you with it, but yeah, life is quite difficult. I'm looking after lots of people. There's lots of stuff going on, other things. And I do not have the time to do this every week. Okay, there's no way. So instead what I'll do is I'll just do a video when I can, because I still enjoy doing it. But if it's a choice between my, duties that I have and doing stuff that I enjoy, well, right now, I don't really have time to do the stuff that I enjoy like this. In the future, maybe that'll change, but right now I don't. But yeah, so here's a good takeaway for you, okay? And this is going to change everything. When I was posting some YouTube videos like a couple of months ago, I had people commenting, being like, oh, wow, Ed, this is amazing information. Wow, this is so helpful. What? Oh, you've only got 2,000 subscribers. And it was funny that to that person, the popularity of the YouTube channel denoted the quality of the content. Now, coming up as like a teenager in the 1990s, I can tell you that the popular music, the popular film, all the popular stuff was garbage, okay? All of us kind of teenagers, we were seeking out independent media, independent music, okay? Not the mainstream. And somehow, because of social media, I think people have forgotten that, you know what, man? Often the popular stuff is not good. Yes, there's moments in history where the creative culture thing aligns with the critics and the people and they all agree on the same thing, but generally most of it's garbage. So let me just put a massive pin in this just to make this point 1,000,000 times better than I've just expressed it. Charlie Brooker, the writer and creator of the Black Mirror series on Netflix, he once called Twitter a video game. Okay, and he used to work for video game magazines when they existed. Do you remember that? Video game magazines? Anyway, he wrote for them and he called Twitter a video game. Okay, and that's what it is. It's a game. It's not real. There's an amazing stills photographer in the film industry called Laura Radford. She's done loads of work for Marvel. She's done loads of amazing photos on set and portraits that are used for the posters. She's an incredible photographer. I found her on Instagram like a year ago. Do you know how many followers she had on Instagram? I think a year ago? 1,000. 1,000. And now I checked out her Instagram yesterday. She had just over 2,000. She is smashing it in the real world being a photographer, okay? If someone was to go to her Instagram and be like, oh, she's not very popular, she's only got 2,000. You know what? I don't think she cares because she's doing the most incredible dream job making amazing photos. Another great photographer who you might find on YouTube is Alex Soff. Alex Soff's the most incredible, inspiring Magnum photographer, right? If you go to his YouTube channel, oh, he's only got 33,000 subscribers. It's like, dude, the guy's a freaking genius. He's incredible. But if you didn't know that, you'd be going through these things going, oh, who's got the most of the thing? That makes them the populous one, and the popular is the best, right? There was a friend of mine's younger brother when I was a teenager, and I was sort of trying to find some Hendrix albums and Zeppelin albums and stuff like that, which is weird for a kid in the early 90s, right? He would always buy the #1 single every week, and he'd come into his house and be like, I've got it. I've got the best album. I've got the best single, because it was the most popular. And it blew my mind, because even then, at 14, I knew that just because something is #1 in the charts doesn't make it the best music. Oh my word, it's so, yeah. I mean, I know the world right now is like a Kafkaesque nightmare. And I think that's where I'm trying to get at with this video, is photographers, you don't need to win social media. You don't need to win YouTube, okay? YouTube's tricky because they sort of tempt you with that monetization. But again, man, from a lot of creatives on YouTube I've been chatting to, it turns out the money is actually garbage. So people you see that might have nearly hundreds of thousands of subscribers and seemingly loads of views, they're probably not getting much money a month plowing out that content week after week after week. So you know what, man? That is not a treadmill of mediocrity I want to get on. So instead, when I'm doing cool stuff that might be helpful to other people, I've got an exhibition coming up at an art fair, and I'll be deciding how to frame work and print work for that. You know what? I might share some of my choices and how I got to those choices, and that might help you. But when it comes to your creativity, your mental health, and being a photographer, geez, don't worry about social media. Don't worry about metrics. Just make great work. You will find an audience. People will appreciate what you're doing, okay? It might just be a bit of a niche, and that's okay. Who wants to be liked by everyone, okay? So there you go. Ramble over. Hopefully in the future, normal content will resume, but right now, just saying, yeah, I'm not going to try and win YouTube. I've always been a photographer pretending to be a YouTuber, not the other way around.